Hi, we're going to give you an overview of 5 principles of leadership effectiveness. Over the next few lectures, we're going to cover them individually in more depth. But in this video, we're just going to define how we'll be using these words. The 5 principles of leadership effectiveness are clarity, honesty, ownership, win-win, and commitment. Let's look at them one by one. Clarity, in the way we define it, consists of 4 things. 1, being clear of what you want in granular detail. 2, being clear on why it's important. 3, being clear on the prices you're willing to pay in order to achieve your goals. And 4, being clear on the time frame. So a statement like, I want to work on my health would not be a statement of clarity in the way we've defined it. Clarity would sound more like, I want to be able to run 5 kilometers in 30 minutes by 31st December. Because I want to be a reliable earner for my family and I want to have fun playing sport. To achieve this, I'm willing to bear the physical effort and soreness from running 1 hour 3 times a week. In the above statements, what I want is clear, 5 kilometers in 30 minutes. Why is clear, to be a reliable earner and have fun playing sports. The price is clear, soreness and 3 hours a week. The timeline is clear, by 31st December. When you have clarity, you'll transmit clarity to others. And you can tell if someone has clarity by the words they use. You can also tell if someone is confused by the words they use. We'll look at some of these signal words later in the course. The second principle is honesty. The way we use honesty is slightly different from its normal everyday usage. When we use the word honesty, we don't mean being honest with other people. We're talking about being honest with yourself. Honesty is looking at the situation as it is, removing our biases so that we are neither overreacting nor underreacting. Now, honesty, as per this definition, is again 4 things. 1, separating the facts of the situation from your own beliefs and biases. 2, listening to your own emotions without suppressing them. In the corporate world, we are often taught that being emotional is being immature, but the greatest leaders have learned how to harness their emotions and use their emotions to help them make better decisions. We'll talk about how you can learn to use your emotional intuitions later in the course. The third element of honesty is listening to feedback rather than dismissing it. This doesn't mean you have to agree with the feedback you receive, but it means you acknowledge the truth about how others are perceiving you. And finally, the fourth element of honesty is looking at results neutrally without going to denial. Ownership is the third principle. If after taking an honest look at the situation, we realize that things are not where we want them to be, under pressure, sometimes we can blame externalities or ourselves. Ownership is really looking at the choices available to us. We're going to look at ownership in much more detail in the course because a lot of people think they understand ownership, but it's quite a subtle concept. Ownership doesn't mean that you have to do everything by yourself, of course. As leaders, you need to get others to help you out. But people will only give you what you want if you give them what they want. So win-win is really about understanding the objectives and constraints of your stakeholders. It's only if you really understand this that you can offer them something that is attractive enough to them to make them want to get on board. The final principle of leadership effectiveness is commitment. Again, the way we use the word is very different from how people use it normally. Most of the time, when somebody uses the word committed to describe someone, they really mean hardworking. People say someone is committed if they work till midnight every day. That's not how we're going to use the word. See, if someone says to you, I'll try to get this report to you by Friday, have they made a commitment? Not really. Because if they don't give it to you, they'll say, I tried. Even if they say, I'll try my 100% best to give you this report by Friday, it's not a commitment. Because if they don't deliver the report, they'll say, I tried my best. And that's a very subjective statement. In our definition of commitment, if they gave you a commitment, they would say, I'll give you the report by Friday. And how can you tell if someone is committed or not is, did they deliver the report on Friday? If they did what they said they would do, they were committed. If they didn't do what they said they would do, they were not committed. So the definition of commitment we are using just now is commitment is equal to results. That might seem too harsh because you might be thinking, hey, what about floods or demonetization or coronavirus? If I don't achieve my targets because of one of these things, are you saying I'm not committed? Yes, based on this definition, that commitment is equal to results. If you don't have the results, you're not committed. I know that might seem like an unrealistic way of looking at things just now, or hold on to the thought for now without making a decision. Decide at the end of the program if it is a way of looking at things you would like to adopt. So, if we look at these 5 principles, we can summarize how leaders think about situations. First, they get clear about what they actually want to create. Second, they honestly look at the situation, what is working, what is not working. Third, they look at what they can do about it. What are the choices actually available to them? Fourth, they see who they need to get on board and how they can get them on board. And finally, they make a commitment to get it done. It seems simple, and it is, but it's not easy. And over the rest of the program, we're going to explore what makes it hard and how to develop this way of thinking so that you can achieve the outcomes you want. For now, we would like you to just remember the definitions we've used: clarity, honesty, ownership, win-win, commitment. We'll get into the details of these over the next few lectures. See you there.